What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Elude Stalwart playing Retro WoW. Today we're going to be playing on Elude Hunt. He's our hunter, and yeah, we're going to do some AV. Today's, well, this weekend actually is going to be AV honor increase weekend, so we're going to get extra honor from running AV. And without further ado, we're just going to get right into it. Elude Hunt, I'm working on getting his pets training points up so I could continue to learn all the armor, and I think I already trained the max rank stamina, so I've got the maximum amount of stamina that my wolf can facilitate. Next is 1,000 armor, so I'm going to be trying to get his armor up. I don't know if I'm getting training points from running battlegrounds though, but stamina. Okay, let me see. Let me call him out. Says I'm mounted. Oh, yes I am. Alright. Here he is, the stalwart wolf. He's got greater stamina, great stamina rather. Rank 10, that's 40 stamina increase, which is equivalent to 400 hit points. Natural armor's next. We only got rank 5 so far. That was all I could afford before I realized I could save up and get the big one. So 150 training points. I think I need to actually go kill stuff in order to get that higher. But for battlegrounds, where we're at is good enough. Let's go ahead and join queue. It's popping. Yep, there it is. Okay. My gear setup, I mostly just have the stamina gear on. I don't have anything special other than yesterday I was actually finally able to afford my bow. I got the Rock Dalar longbow of the Ancient Keepers. This is the Molten Core best in slot. So, best in slot bow. And that was 5,000 gold on this server. And that left me with 111 gold left. So, other than that, I have all my best in slot pre-raid best in slot gear. I have that sitting in my bags because it doesn't offer very much stamina. It's like the highest damage gear, but I think I only end up with just over 2,000 hit points, and that's not very useful in AV. I'm pretty much a one-shot for anybody that knows what they're doing, and it's not fun to PvP in. So what I did was I talked to that vendor, or to the different vendors that they had lined up there, and anything that had stamina I just grabbed. So whatever the highest stamina gear was is what I put on. And my strategy here with this gear is pretty much just out survive them. So like I want to survive past their mana pools. So after their initial burst, if I'm still standing, my pet can continue to do damage to them, and I can continue to just auto attack with my bow. And that seems to work pretty well for my purposes in PvP. A lot of my purpose in PvP is just the intimidation. That's a stun that my pet can do every 1 minute. Concussive shot, my slows. If I can just kind of crowd control as much as I can and allow my teammates to just get their hits off, or slow down a capture to a flag, or a battleground graveyard, or like the bunkers or something like that, then that seems to work pretty well. I kind of learned that from Project Ascension. One of the things that Project Ascension was, it's like a classless server. One of the things I learned was it didn't really matter what your spec was as long as you had like the maximum amount of stamina to survive past people's initial burst. Because it was almost always the case in Battlegrounds that someone's going to find out a way to min-max, and they're going to find out a way to stack obscene amount of attack power, or crit strike, or even spell power for buffing. Like they had holy paladins running around with all kinds of holy power and holy spell power, and they would do judgment crits, and their judgment would crit you for your entire hit point pool. and you had to figure out a way to survive through that initial judge, and you had 6 seconds until they could judge you again. But if you were stacking stamina, then you could survive past that initial judgment and then at least do some CC, so maybe your team could gang up on them. But yeah, we're in Altric Valley. It looks like we're Alliance. We're on the Alliance side of Altric Valley. We're going to charge the fortress. This seems to be the strategy. It's either Zerg or lose, or no, it's either Zerg or GG. That seems to be the strategy for most of these that I've ran. If you don't win the initial Zerg, then it's pretty much game over. Let's get ourselves a volley going here. Whoops. Kind of was late on that. Now, if you loot these in this Altric Valley, I don't know if this is going to be true on release, but on this server, if you loot these NPCs, then you cause them to respawn. So if you know what you're doing, which most people who just beeline it down here kind of do, then you don't loot. Alright, so we're in a good enough position, I think, now to... I don't know if we have a tank. Yes, we do. Alright, so I'm going to use my Eyes of the Beast, and I'm going to send my wolf in. And hopefully be able to pull one of these guys out. Oh, I got DC'd somehow. I guess Eyes of the Beast probably isn't a good way to go. The moment my wolf died, I DC'd. Huh. That's the first time I've ever used that. I died. What? How did I die? Where am I? I'm all the way up north. Oh, jeez. I guess I shouldn't have did Eyes of the Beast. It must not work on this server. I was just gonna run my wolf in and grab a mob and make it to where we can kind of just take one out at a time, but apparently that's not a good strat. Live and learn. Okay, so since we ended up on the defense side, we're gonna run up and try to just slow the progress here. Oh, I've seen this road before. Oh, he healed up quick? Ah! Get him, kite him. Oh! That was a, oh, okay. Damn, die. No! He barely survived that. That was close. It was worth a shot. Every time I see a rogue, I try to make a rogue kind of like suffer for picking that class. Because they're very obnoxious in AV. There was a group of 2 of them. I forget the names, but there was 2 rogues with 8,000 hit points running around. Just stealthing through AV and, you know, locking someone up and taking them out. Just straight assassinating people. Alright, so I'm going to try... Uh-oh. We might be... This may be a server stability thing today. We froze. Is this another DC? Maybe that rogue saw us and he probably killed us. For some reason, whenever I die, it freezes like this as well. Give it a minute. Is it gonna catch up? What's happening? Here, let me see if I can actually... I'm trying to shadow meld. Oof. Yeah, it crashed. Well, damn. This might be a PC thing. If I think my PC's got something going on here. Why? What's happening? Oh, come on, come on. Okay. I think we're back. No, no, we're not back yet. I don't know what's going on. I might have to shut down and restart here. Yeah, let me do that because it's still doing it. All right. Be right back. Oof.